On today's Lakers Report by Chat Sports, we are going to explore the possibility of trading for Trae Young. Is that even a possibility? Are the Lakers interested? We'll dive into all of it. My name is Harrison Graham from Chat Sports. That's straight ahead here. But first, subscribe and turn on your notifications to stay up to date with the latest LA Lakers news, rumors, trade buzz, in-season coverage, which training camp later this month. We got you covered for all of it. We might even do some watch parties this year. We'll have to wait and see. YouTube.com/@LakersTV. Subscribe and turn on those notifications to never miss out on what's happening with the purple and gold. All right, report out there that the Lakers are keeping their eye on Trae Young. And the Trae Young trade buzz has kind of started to, heat up in the last 6 to 12 months, I would say. Here's the latest from Jovan Buha of The Athletic. Trae Young has long been on Los Angeles' radar, depending on how his situation unfolds in Atlanta. And I don't think things are great in Atlanta right now. It would certainly be interesting to get him to Los Angeles, right? If you could do so while keeping LeBron James and Anthony Davis. If that is your trio, I actually like it quite a bit because I think you have enough defensive pieces around Trae Young where you can make it work. If he's going to be like a big two or big three, you got to have good defense around him, and I think the Lakers are built to have just that. Now, you look at his numbers, certainly didn't shoot the ball super well last year. The splits were down 43% from the field, 33.5% from three, but that year prior, I think, was easily the best year of his career. 28.5 points per game, almost 10 assists per game, 46% from the field, over 38% from three. I mean, if he can be that guy in terms of efficiency, even if the points go down a little bit, I mean, he's a bona fide all-star. There is no doubt about it. And, hey, you can't tell me this doesn't look good, right? Like, sometimes you see these jersey swaps, and you're like, that looks awkward. Like, there's going to be a few in the NFL and the NBA this year where it's like Aaron Rodgers with the Jets. It just doesn't look natural. Trae Young looks natural in the purple and gold. Like, he looks almost more normal in this than he does in a Hawks uniform, if I'm being completely honest. Like, he's a guy that wants to play under the bright light. So, definitely something to monitor. This would be very, very interesting. I think it's more likely like at the trade deadline than it is now, but that could make sense anyways if you're the Lakers. See how the first couple of months go and then reassess as you try to make a championship push. Now, what say you? Should the Lakers trade for Trae Young? Put on your Rob Pelinka GM cap here. Type T for trade or P for pass. We're going to make this the pinned comment on today's video. So if you get hit with that YouTube ad break, scroll on down and answer the question, should the Lakers trade for Trae Young? Type T for trade or type P for pass. You look at the point guard position on this roster, and look, you're in a decent spot, right? You got DAngelo Russell, Gabe Vincent, and Jalen Hood-Schifino, and I think Austin Reeves is in a position to play more point guard this year. Now, obviously, Trae Young is better than all those guys. I don't think there's any question about that. And in a perfect world, Hood-Schifino probably isn't playing as a rookie anyway, if we're being completely honest. And I like D'Lo. I like Gabe Vincent. Trae Young's a clear upgrade. I don't think there's any doubt about it. Now, D'Lo with the 2-year, $37-ish million contract could be part of the deal, potentially, producer Coop. I think it would have to be around the trade deadline for him to become tradable. Yeah, that is correct. But I think, if you revisit this at the deadline, go D'Lo and some salary cap or salary filler to match Trae Young plus some draft picks, I think that's a decent package if you're Los Angeles. Now, a lot of this is going to depend. How's the Lakers season going? How's the Hawks season going? So on and so forth. Is Trae Young unhappy? I think he's going to give it a go with head coach Quinn Snyder, who joined in the middle of the year last year. But I could see a scenario where Trae Young wants out of Atlanta and where LA has the assets to potentially make it work. Now, ESPN did a survey recently on the next star most likely to request a trade, and Trae Young was tied for fourth. Now, Joel Embiid was the clear front runner. Things are getting, spicy in Philadelphia with the James Harden situation. Zion Williamson, Karl Anthony Towns, but then Trae Young's right there along with Kyrie Irving, John Morant, Donovan Mitchell, and then Luka Doncic, who are trailing just behind him. I could see Trae actually being right up there with Embiid, depending on how the first couple of months of this season goes. Now, if you want to bet on the Lakers' playoff chances, Western Conference Finals odds, title odds, whatever the case may be, MVP odds. Maybe you think LeBron or Anthony Davis could win that award. BetUS is the place to do it. Create an account right now. I'm calling you out, Laker Nation. Chatsports.com/Lakers. Very easy. Go to that link. That helps us out. Use the promo code. That helps you out. Lakers 125. Put down $100. They'll give you that 125 for free with that deposit bonus. Then you can bet on games all year. If you're a football fan, the NFL is here, baby. Go bet on the Raiders. Go bet on the Chargers, the Rams, whatever your squad is. We know a lot of Laker fans. They're fans of all kinds of NFL teams out there. Chatsports.com/Lakers. Promo code Lakers125. Go check it out. Let's get this thing popping and make some money. Okay, here's a trade idea we cooked up. Trae Young, DAngelo Russell, Rui Hachimura, Jalen Houshkifito, 2 first-round picks, and 2 pick swaps. It's a lot, right? But that is still probably a trade worth making, if you ask me. You'd have Trae Young, LeBron, Anthony Davis, and you'd still have guys like Austin Reeves. You'd still have guys on this roster that could make this work. Moving forward. Sure, Hatchie would be a big loss here. I don't think there's any doubt. But at D'Lo, you're just upgrading there, Trae Young. Houshkifito, yeah, you just drafted him in the first round. But at the end of the day, Trae Young outweighs both of those guys. And then you do the pick acquisition or the pick compensation in there as well. And look, let's be honest. If D'Lo plays awesome and is a fit here, cool. A big reason why they re-signed him is that's a trade asset midseason. I mean, the poor guy, it's the same thing Golden State did a couple years ago. Like, when Golden State did that sign and trade for KD, they knew they were losing Durant anyway. They're like, yeah, well, we'll take D'Lo, we'll pay him, but then we'll just trade him in like 2 years, and that's exactly what happened. That could definitely be the case again here. Now, D'Lo, if you're watching, prove us wrong. Play well. Be that reliable starter this year, but I think we saw last year it was a bit of a clunky fit, so he's definitely an asset that could get traded at the NBA trade deadline. All right, revisiting this trade. Would you, Laker Nation, do this trade? Answer it for us. Type Y for yes, you would, or type in for no, you would not. I think I've made it clear. I would pull the trigger. I get it. It's a lot. Your draft pick arsenal moving forward would not be there. But you know what? LeBron's 39. Anthony Davis, he's not super old, but he's not going to be a guy playing into his late 30s with his injury history. Like, the time is now. You're trying to contend for titles in the next 2 to 3 years realistically. Like, that is your window with LeBron James. So if that trade is on the table in March, February, whatever the deadline is, have to double check for this year, that is definitely a trade that I would make if I was Los Angeles, because a potential starting 5 of Trae Young, Gabe Vincent, who can help him defensively, Austin Reeves, LeBron, and Anthony Davis could be awesome. Even if it's not your starting 5, if it's your closeout lineup, that would be lethal. All 5 can handle. All 5 can score. You can play inside out, and you still have some bench depth as well. It just feels like too good of an opportunity to pass up if you are LA. And by the way, long-term, Trae Young, even if he's not a number 1 on a title contending team, that's a piece you can build around moving forward with him and Anthony Davis. So I think it's a trade that could make some sense. Do you want Ice Trae in Los Angeles? Ice Trae. He wasn't really Ice Trae last year, but if he can get back to being that like he was when they made the conference finals a few years ago, then yeah, the answer is yes. So type me if you want him in L.A. All right, Jeannie Buss tying the knot this weekend. Shout out Boss Buss here. Jeannie Buss getting it done here. So congratulations to her and the Buss family as, got to make some headlines in the offseason when things are slow. And Jeannie Buss doing just that. Poor Phil Jackson. That's how it's going to go sometimes. All right, we're going to get out of here. Hopefully Uncle Phil has found someone else. YouTube.com/@LakersTV. Oh, this is off the rails. I'm Harrison Graham. We'll see you soon.